Again, thank you so much for joining us here on Idaho Today. The Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, or otherwise known as LLS, is dedicated to providing support and care to those facing cancer treatment. And the annual Light the Night event provides an opportunity to not only bring awareness to the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society, but to help bring hope to patients and families. We're now joined by Amber with the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. And Amber, you are the White Lantern holder at this year's Light the Night event. So help us understand, what does that mean? What's the significance of carrying a white lantern?
That means I am a survivor. So I'm a leukemia survivor. Everyone who is a survivor gets to carry a white lantern at the event. So.
Okay, and tell us a little bit about your journey, though, with your diagnosis.
Yeah, I was diagnosed at 26 years old, right before COVID hit, with acute lymphoblastic leukemia. So it's the most common kind of childhood cancer. I just happened to get it when I was 26 years old. Not necessarily a child, but my treatment was similar to that given to a child. So it was pretty aggressive, but I fared pretty well.
And did you go through your treatment during the pandemic then?
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Yes.
And I can only imagine the extra layer that added on an already very vulnerable time in your life, right?
Yes. Yeah, it was a lot of restrictions, of course, and I mean, with your immune system being low, it was a lot of precautions.
Yeah. And what led you to your diagnosis? What were some of the signs, the symptoms that you were like, something's not right?
Yeah. I was working at UPS, loading the package car, so a pretty physical job, and I just noticed I was getting really fatigued, hardly able to do my job, which was so unusual.
Yeah.
I had a lot of bruises, and it just kind of escalated from there. Nosebleeds and night sweats, just really uncommon things that, as a healthy person, I've never experienced really before.
So did you go see your family physician, or what was the next step? What did you do?
I actually waited to go to the doctor because I didn't have insurance, but once I did have insurance, I went to an urgent care and I was diagnosed 3 days later.
Oh my goodness.
It was really quick.
Yeah.
I had it for a while, but I didn't really know it, and I chose to wait to go to the doctor. So.
I can only imagine, though, how that impacted you, though, once you got that diagnosis, and how it impacted your family as well, right?
Yeah. It was, of course, shocking, being a healthy person with no prior health history. Yeah. It was shocking. So, but I don't know, I had this incredible peace about it. I knew it was going to be a long journey, and my faith is really important to me. So. I just had incredible peace, and I had a huge support system with my family and friends, and I actually had got to move back in with my parents during treatment, which was a huge help because where I was living at the time of my diagnosis, I didn't have any family, so being back with family was really
So it kind of brought you back together, though, right?
Yeah, it was really great.
Is special. And tell me about the Leukemia and Lymphoma Society. How did they support you throughout your process and your healing and in your journey?
Yeah, they've been great. Mostly connecting me to the community of people that sometimes it's hard during treatment to meet people, but they have amazing connections and ways to do that. And then resources too, like amazing resources, financial and research. I found out that part of my treatment was actually funded by a Leukemia and the Lymphoma Society. So because of them, I was able to be treated with certain types of chemos. Yeah.
And you're with us here in studio today. So how are you doing?
I'm doing really well.
That's
great. I'm about almost 3 years since kind of. Well, I had a transplant too, so about 3 years since my transplant. But yeah, you wouldn't really know. My hair's getting longer.
No, I would have absolutely no clue. You're completely bubbly, full of life. You're really vibrant. We're looking at some photos too of you throughout your process.
Yes.
What's the 100? What is that?
That's a big milestone in the bone marrow transplant community. So after my stem cell transplant, once you meet 100 days, you're kind of a little bit more in the clear. So that was a big celebration.
Yes, it definitely deserves balloons, I would say. And look at you, climbing mountains. Yeah. So figuratively and literally as well.
Yep.
Yes. Yeah.
Yeah, that's Mount Rainier in Washington.
Oh, it's just Mount
Just in my backyard.
That's super exciting. Is this something that you did then in recovery?
Yeah, this was recently, probably like This past summer, but I've been trying to stay active, throughout my whole treatment.
Yeah, and celebrating as much as you can, right? Those big milestones.
Yep.
Get massive balloons.
Yes.
Every time. All right, and I can only imagine what this means for you, though, to be a white lantern holder at the Light the Night Walk, which is happening next week. For those who are thinking about participating, what do you say to them?
Please come out. I mean, if you know anyone who has had a cancer diagnosis, I mean, it's for everyone, really. And the community is so supportive, and it just brings hope to people. Like, nothing more magical than lighting up the night sky with lanterns. And so there's gonna be different colors. So I'm a white lantern holder. There's gonna be red lanterns and gold lanterns. The red lanterns are for people just supporting us, friends, family, medical personnel. And the gold lanterns are in memory of the people that we've lost. So it's a huge event that this is my first year, so I'm very, very excited to get to experience it.
We are so excited to have you there, and you are so right when you said it's magical, right? And then the community, as it comes together, regardless of where your journey is in that story, everyone has a part of it, and it's just amazing to be there.
Yes.
Congratulations on how well you are doing, and thank you so much for your bravery to come here and tell your story today.
Thank you.
All of you, we encourage you to come out to Light the Night. It's happening next week. We would love to see you.